firm a foundation, ye saints of the Lord, is laid for your faith in His excellent word. What more can He say than to you He has said, to you who for refuge to Jesus has fled?
Welcome to this episode of Firm Foundation Podcast. My name is Richard Moore. In this podcast, I talk about everything that's moving me in relation to church and theology, hopefully to help build with you a firm foundation in Jesus Christ. That's right, folks. We're building a firm foundation with each other, and one real simple way we do that is we build it on the Word of God. And how we do that here on this show is by reading a chapter of the Word of God with each other per day. So, today, we're reading in the Old Testament. We read in the Old Testament and New Testament respectively, so check back tomorrow, and you'll be reading in the New Testament. So here we go. We are going to jump over to my desktop, and we're going to be reading in Genesis chapter 39, our Old Testament reading. Potiphar and Joseph. This is Potiphar and Joseph's wife. Very wild story. And so let's begin reading together. You can also read in your own Bible, maybe even have this as a Bible study supplement, read in your own Bible and take notes and whatnot. Here we go. Let's read Genesis 39. Now Joseph had been brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard, an Egyptian, had bought him from the Ishmaelites who had brought him down there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a successful man, and he was in the house of his Egyptian master. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord had caused all that he did to succeed in his hands. So Joseph found favor in his sight and attended him, and he made him overseer of his house and put him in charge of all that he had. From the time that he made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. The blessing of the Lord was on all that he had in his house and field. So he left all that he had in Joseph's charge, and because of him, he had no concern about anything but the food he ate. Now Joseph was handsome in form and appearance. And after a time, his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, "Let me lie with you." But he refused and said to his master's wife, "Behold, because of me, my master has no concern about anything in the house, and he has put everything that he has in my charge. He has no greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back anything from me except you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" And as she spoke to Joseph day after day, he would not listen to her, to lie beside her or to be with her. But one day, when he went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house was there in the house, she caught him by his garment, saying, "Lie with me." But he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out of the house. As soon as she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and had fled out of the house, she called to the men of her household and said to them, "See, he has brought among us a Hebrew who to laugh at us. He came in to me to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. As soon as he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried out, he left his garment beside me and fled and got out of the house." Then she laid up his garment by her until his master came home. And she told him in the same story, saying, "The Hebrew servant whom you have brought among us came in to me to laugh at me. But as soon as I lifted up my voice and cried, he left his garment beside me and fled out of the house." As soon as his master heard the words that his wife spoke to him, "This is the way your servant treated me," his anger was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, and placed where the king's prisoners were confined, and he was there in prison. The Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison put Joseph in charge of all the prisoners who were in the prison. Whatever was done there, he was the one who did it. The keeper of the prison paid no attention to anything that was in Joseph's charge, because the Lord was with him. And whatever he did, the Lord made it succeed. Thus ends the reading of God's holy word for today. Today we've been reading in Genesis chapter 39, verses 1 through 23. All right, so that'll do it for today. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Firm Foundation. Maybe you've noticed we have new swag, new merch in our merch store. You're welcome to go check out the merch store over here at this QR code. You can click on that or click the link in the description, and you can buy whatever your heart desires with Firm Foundation logo all over it, and spread that far and near the message of our channel. That will help promote our channel. That will help as well give us a few dollars for each purchase if you're interested in purchasing some kind of merchandise. Thanks so much for thinking about that and going over there to that store to check out what we've got. So that'll be it for this episode of Firm Foundation Podcast. May the Lord bless the holy reading of his word. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. God bless you and take care.
Soul that on Jesus has leaned for repose. I will not desert to its foes. That soul, though all hell should endeavor to shake, I'll never, no, never forsake.